The movie starts at the military camp based in North Korea. When a military man named Kyu-nam wakes up and starts escaping from his barracks while his comrades are still asleep. He starts running outside the barracks and rushes to the vent to get his belongings. After he gets the things that he needs, he immediately crawls on the tunnel underneath the electric fence to get outside the camp. He uses his compass to know where he needs to go. He also uses his maps to find the exact place. At the exact place, he starts the timer and starts crawling to track down the landmines. Every landmine that he found he marked with a wooden stick and also put an X on the map that he made. He already made it so far, and you will see him smiling after he sees the border to South Korea. After the 30 minutes timer ends, he rushes back to the barracks and immediately back to bed unnoticed. He did it every night, because he is tired of living his life in North Korea and wants to make a new life in South Korea. On the next day, Kyu-nam and his comrade patrolling in the woods. One of his comrades named Dong-hyuk noticed that the birds were flying low and it meant that there would be rain coming. Kyu-nam thinks that if that happens his wooden mark on the landmine will be flushed away. He disagrees on Dong-hyuk's prediction. And while they are talking, a landmine that is close to them explodes and kills a wild boar. They bring the wild boar back to their barracks and start cooking it for their dinner. But before they could start eating the boar, an officer came. The officer commands Kyu-nam to take the boar inside the office so that the officers can enjoy it for their dinner. While Kyu-nam serves them, he steals a part of the meat unnoticed. Then he shares it with his comrade outside. In the evening, while Kyu-nam is on his evening duty, Dong-hyuk asks him if he is planning to escape. Kyu-nam denied it, but Dong-hyuk told him that he saw him last night. Kyu-nam aggressively attacked Dong-hyuk and told him that he will cut his head if someone will know his plan. Dong-hyuk said that he wants to go with him because he misses his family a lot. But Kyu-nam slapped him and said that you didn't hear and you didn't know anything. The next evening, everyone was awake due to the sound of the siren. Kyu-nam immediately notices that Dong-hyuk is not on his bed and thinks that he is going to escape. Kyu-nam immediately rushed to the fence. While Dong-hyuk is having a hard time finding the tunnel, Kyu-nam approached Dong-hyuk and told him that this is not the right time. He convinced him to go back to the barracks before an officer found them. But before they could go back, an officer with his team came. Kyu-nam tries to explain, but the officer knocks him down. After beating them, an officer interrogates them. The officer asked them who made the map. To save his friend, Dong-hyuk admits that he made it. Kyu-nam couldn't believe why Dong-hyuk did it. After that, a soldier reports to the officer that Major Li Hyun-sang is on his way to their camp to join the investigation on that matter. All the evidence was presented to Li Hyun-sang and he found out that Dong-hyuk admits that Kyu-nam caught him while he was going to escape. After that, Li Hyun-sang ordered Kyu-nam to be released from the prison. Kyu-nam was immediately released and put on a vehicle. After a short ride, Kyu-nam was left alone in the vehicle. Major Li Hyun-sang surprised Kyu-nam. It shows that they know each other very well. Kyu-nam starts driving the vehicle and they start talking about their past. Li Hyun-sang told him that he is now a hero by capturing the deserter Dong-hyuk and got promoted. He also told him that they will go to a banquet of a high-ranking officer to acknowledge what he did. Kyu-nam arrived at the headquarters where the banquet was held. Kyu-nam observes the banquet and figures out that Li Hyun-sang is gay and couldn't reveal it to his family because it will demerit their reputation. After a long period of time, an officer called Kyu-nam to come up on stage and give a short speech. Kyu-nam dedicated the honor that he received to his commander and gave his loyalty to North Korea. Everyone appreciated Kyu-nam's speech and they gave them applause. After that recognition, Li Hyun-sang talks to Kyu-nam and says that from now on he will work in the high-ranking headquarters. Kyu-nam could not accept that work. But Li Hyun-sang insisted that he should accept it because that was his fate. Kyu-nam asked Li Hyun-sang if he could go back first on his base to get his belongings. Li Hyun-sang disapproved Kyu-nam's request, so he decided to find a way back. He sneaks into the general's office and stamps his pass so that he can enter back to his base. After that, he escorts a drunk officer to his vehicle and pretends to be his driver and easily gets out from the headquarters. He also leaves the drunk officer on a field. While on his way back to his base, his vehicle suddenly stops because it runs out of gas. The military vehicle that passes by notices him and starts approaching him. The officer requested his identity. Kyu-nam showed his pass and said that he just got promoted as a worker in the high ranker's headquarters. One of the officers didn't believe him and tried to call the headquarters. After the call, the officer confirms that what Kyu-nam says is true. Kyu-nam demands them to bring him back to his base and fill the vehicle with gasoline. The officer immediately brought him back to his base where Dong-hyuk got prisoned. At the base, he took all the evidence against Dong-hyuk, including the map. Afterwards, he goes to Dong-hyuk's cell to pick him up. Dong-hyuk was shocked and relieved when he saw Kyu-nam again. Before they leave, one of the officers offers to escort them as per protocol said. Kyu-nam leaves no choice but to follow the protocol. As they travel, the escort officer calls the special agent to confirm the mission of Kyu-nam. Kyu-nam talks to the agent and makes the escort believe that he knows his superior. While Li Hyun-sang enjoyed playing piano, the special agent approached him and told about what Kyu-nam did. He immediately figures out that Kyu-nam is about to escape. He calls the escort officer, but Kyu-nam takes the phone and talks to Li Hyun-sang in private. He told Li Hyun-sang that he is the one who will decide his future. After the phone call, they start traveling again. Kyu-nam notices that Li Hyun-sang sends a message to the escort officer to take them back. He figured out that the officer already knew the truth, so he decided to steal the gun from the driver. As they battled the position to own the gun, Dong-hyuk helps Kyu-nam to get the gun, but the driver manages to gain the control and point it at Kyu-nam. Before he was able to shoot the gun, someone already shot him and their vehicle crashed. Kyu-nam is safe and starts crawling outside and helps Dong-hyuk. He notices the map and tries to pick it up, but someone starts shooting them. It shows that Li Hyun-sang was the one who shot the driver. After the rapid gunfire, Kyu-nam pretends to be dead. But instead of moving away, the group of Li Hyun-sang is moving toward the location of Kyu-nam. As Kyu-nam notices it, he immediately stands up and runs to pick up the map. Kyu-nam and Dong-hyuk run for their lives as the Li Hyun-sang group continues firing. They are able to escape them when they jump into the water. Due to failing to catch Kyu-nam, Li Hyun-sang eliminated the escort officer of Kyu-nam. While Dong-hyuk and Kyu-nam are hiding, they are surrounded by a group of female nomads. They thought that Dong-hyuk and Kyu-nam were sent to eliminate them. When nomads are about to kill them, Dong-hyuk pleads not to kill them cause he just got freed from the prison. The nomads start asking Dong-hyuk if he knows about Sang-gu. Dong-hyuk admits that he didn't know that name, but there's someone close to his cell that misses her sister so much and probably he is Sang-gu. The sister of Sang-gu shows some relief of knowing that his brother is still alive. The nomads bring the two to their hideouts. There Dong-hyuk started telling all the information that he knows about the prison that nomads can use to rescue Sang-gu. On the other hand, Li Hyun-sang continued his search for Dong-hyuk and Kyu-nam. Using his full force, they search every inch of the woods. The nomads already sense it and are able to hide. Before the soldier found the nomads, Kyu-nam starts firing a gun to get their attention and then starts running. The soldier starts to chase them and is able to hit Dong-hyuk on his legs. Li Hyun-sang makes a plan to surround them and give them no place to run. As the soldier slowly approaches Dong-hyuk and Kyu-nam as they are cornered, the nomads start shooting all the soldiers around and make Dong-hyuk and Kyu-nam able to escape. Li Hyun-sang also dreams to escape North Korea to fulfill his ultimate dream to become a world-famous pianist and be with his male partner. Unfortunately, he can't fulfill that dream and that makes him frustrated. The soldier came back to Li Hyun-sang without any trace of Dong-hyuk and Kyu-nam. In his frustration, he beat up the leader of his group. Dong-hyuk and Kyu-nam are able to escape the force of Li Hyun-sang, but they need to go back to their base because that's the only way they can complete their mission. As they back on their base, they blend into the soldiers on the field and due to the rain they are hard to notice. Li Hyun-sang declares that everyone that could find Dong-hyuk and Kyu-nam are allowed to shoot them dead. They will also be promoted and called heroes. Dong-hyuk and Kyu-nam were able to get out of the fence, but unfortunately Li Hyun-sang found them and shot Dong-hyuk and died. Kyu-nam was shocked by what happened to Dong-hyuk, but before Li Hyun-sang gave another shot, Kyu-nam gives him a fierce look and shoots the light to lessen the vision of Li Hyun-sang. Kyu-nam took down all the light and gave Hyun-sang a hard time to find him. Hyun-sang got frustrated because he could not find Kyu-nam. As Kyu-nam reaches the minefield, he loses hope because all his marks are gone and his maps are no longer used. Kyu-nam is still determined to escape and start running. Hyun-sang found Kyu-nam's trace and started chasing him, but he lost his confidence to continue when one of his men exploded due to a landmine. Kyu-nam didn't stop running from night to morning until he reaches the river, but unfortunately, it is a quicksand. Before he was out of breath, he managed to grab a stick and was able to survive. He walks another mile to reach the border and see a South Korean soldier patrolling. Before he is able to approach them, he accidentally steps on a landmine. Then Hyun-sang came and pointed the gun. Kyu-nam grabbed him and said that they will die together once he takes his foot on the mine. They were both lucky when the mines didn't explode. But Hyun-sang attacked Kyu-nam and gave a non-stop punch. Kyu-nam is able to overpower Hyun-sang and knock him down. Then Kyu-nam started running toward the south. But Hyun-sang continued chasing him and was able to hit him on the legs. Kyu-nam never stops and continues walking until he reaches the tunnel. At the tunnel, he almost reached the border, but Hyun-sang shot him again. While Hyun-sang was approaching, Kyu-nam still didn't stop reaching the border. Hyun-sang sees how Kyu-nam is determined to be free from a predetermined life that they have. As Kyu-nam reaches his hand at the border, the South Korean soldiers arrive. Hyun-sang wishes Kyu-nam a good luck to his freedom and starts walking back. The South Korean soldier immediately helped Kyu-nam. When Hyun-sang came back to the base, he found the book that he gave to Kyu-nam before. He found the note that he gave to Kyu-nam before that says no matter what happens he needs to pursue his dream. After 1 year, Kyu-nam visited the family of Dong-hyuk and was able to give the necklace to Dong-hyuk's mother as requested before he died. Later that day, while Kyu-nam was on the bridge, he received a message saying that his business proposal was approved, and it put a smile on Kyu-nam's face. That's where the story ends. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell to get updated on every video that we upload. Thank you and have a great day.